Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm super excited to share this with you. This is my 2023 summer garden tour here in my small backyard garden. So let's get started. So here I have a few albion strawberry in pots. My sweet banana pepper in a pot is still flowering, and I have some new seedlings of eggplants, corn, and peppers here. I have some jowl strawberry. They had starts to have runners, so I'm gonna cut them later. My bee hotel, you can watch the video later if you're interested to make one for your garden. I have few of them. Actually here I have one made with shells, and then I put them here in my divider, some corn pots, and here I'm so happy with my chayote or choco sayote because it bounced back after the very strong rain, very hard. And here next, my first plot, I have the beans and sweet potatoes climbing already. My beans, I use it for my sacrificial plant to provide nitrogen for my sweet potatoes. These are really very healthy sweet potatoes, purple sweet potatoes, organic. They start already to really cover the whole in-ground bed. And next to it is my bottle gourds. These are a mix up with the Italian cucuzza and bottle gourd. So I'll just climb here with my 8 trellis. I have some small ones. I had problem with sucking insects like aphids before, so I lost some of my baby female flowers, but I'm grateful and thankful that it starts to fruit. I have some butternut squash, and my favorite one of the insect repellent is lemongrass, especially these rainy days, great for mosquitoes. And here that's one of my favorite flower. This is big zinnia because it really grows tall and it blooms clusters of flowers that bees and butterflies love it, especially hummingbirds. Also this white alyssum, and this is my first time to grow this speckled bottle gourd. I experimented to try to grow one in a pot and some few in ground, so let's see what happens. And then I have some another sweet potatoes here where I have planted my first sweet potatoes before, so this is really very exciting. I can't wait to harvest them. I have couples of different kinds of tomatoes here. I have this wild this one is like a Matt's wild tomatoes. Next to it is cherry tomatoes start already to ripen and get a lot of flowers, and bees really love them. They're really hard at work, and every day they have been pollinating it, so I'm so thankful for those bees. And here, one in my big pot, I have the tiny tim tomatoes. This is the dwarf one, and it's really very prolific as well. It grows very short. I planted them with my corn. As you can see, guys, I'm so excited to harvest them, and I open it and it's still really watery, so it's not yet ready to harvest. Maybe I'll wait for like a week or so to harvest them. So this one I'm super excited because in one armpit of our shank it has like 2 corn, one smaller one than the other. So I have planted just like 3 corns here, and next we have string beans. This is really very productive and prolific. If you want to grow your own string beans, these are red yard long beans, and greens. You may want to check it out on one of my playlists there, how to grow yard-long beans. This is really very protective and really great to grow this summer. And before, I had problem with aphids because they attack the shoots. Oh, look at this one. It really has lots of shoots here already grown on to the ground. Before, I had a problem with aphids, so what I did, guys, if you have a problem with aphids, is to just sprinkle a little bit of coffee grounds there to around the plant, your bean, and then your aphids will go away because ants will kind of like dislike the smell. So I'm super grateful they don't live there anymore and attack my yard-long beans. So here this is my speckled bottle gourd that I have grown in ground. It does not have fruit yet, it's just start to crawl. I just transplant them. So I'm excited to see how it grows. I have some few corns here and some squash. I think I have planted it densely, so it's one of the mistakes I made. I have planted them very near to each other. I have not realized it. So here I still have some nasturtium. I use it to repel and for pollinators as well. And I have 1 or 2 plants of bottle gourds here. This one I have to harvest it sooner because it starts to really get big and heavy. I just use this like a straight trellis to see and experiment, and it works good. But for bottle gourd, I think they want really very sturdy and trellis. I have encountered some pests and aphids as well, sucking insect like I mentioned before. That really suck or those new female flowers, newly pollinated. So I lost some of them, but this plant is really very forgiving. It still keeps on producing fruit, so I'm so grateful and thankful. I still have some smaller fruits here, so I put them some hammock because the vine really starts to get really heavy and what I call this one, I'm worried that it might break. So if for example you have some bottle gourd, you can put some extra supports for them. Still have the nasturtium here on the other side, and bees really love it. And lemongrass, more lemongrass. I love lemongrass, guys. I've scattered them around in the perimeter as well. And here is my first time to grow banana tree, and then my flowering black isosan, which is really very nice. As you can see, guys, if you can see, there's one bee hiding there underneath the petal. So cute, so let's not disturb it. I have some couple of black isosan plants here, really flowering and blooming, and then kale. Some kales here. Before I thought I'd just pull them, but they are really very hardy. And for summer, because here in Florida it can really very hot, so I start to mulch them. And over this way I have eggplant. It starts to flower, but I think I planted too near tomatoes, so I think they compete with nutrients, so I can tell that it did not flower so much. But here my tomatoes, I'm so happy that it starts to really fruit. This is my beef steak tomatoes. I have planted them like spring onions, I guess. I didn't space them too far, too close, but so far I have a few here that starts to get ripe, so I'm so excited to harvest them. Look at this. And over here at the back I have some few basil and nasturtium and my wild cherry tomatoes. is really spread out. And then I have some 2 cucumber plants here. Oh, this tomatoes, I could tell really spread out. So much go to the neighboring plant. So my cucumber is the cucumber space master. This can really grow short, not so viney, so perfect for a small backyard garden in containers or pots. Some more nasturtiums. I have not used any pesticide or insecticide so far in my garden, so this flowering and companion plants are really very great for repelling insects. Onions that I have planted, it starts to flower, so maybe sooner I have to pull them out, but they are really great to repel insects, which I have planted them along with mustard and beans. They are really amazing plant. So if, for example, you want to make some perimeter fence, onions are really very great. For the trellis here, I just use some dried branches to stick them together. Still have some few kale here, which I think I'm going to pull them as well because I'm going to change this plot sooner. I have some more black sun here, and bees really love it. They love it. And here, guys, is my first time to plant a wax melon or a winter melon. Some more kales and cosmos. These are really great. They really great. Flowers have some corns, and then sunflowers. So this corn is really pretty small still. Some more alyssum, and my pigeon peas is my first time to grow this again in this season. Last year I didn't have time to harvest them because I planted them too late. Very late, I didn't really get a chance to flower, and it's already close to winter. So here is my sunflowers, so I can't wait for them to bloom. Some few mustards. I have left some few mustards here and more. Butternut, squash. Here I sow some. So some part of the garden here I let it seed, but I've noticed that it starts to have this powdery mildew. So I guess, guys, I'm going to pull this later. So far, this is my small backyard garden, and I'm so happy with my plants. I'm very grateful, and even though I'm not yet done with mulching and what I call smart, I have to plant some more. So for this summer, I'm so happy with my small backyard garden. Have some more cosmos flowers here. Make sure you guys start to remove the seed as they start to really get dry. This one is a very prolific seeder. I have collected lots of seeds already from them. This is, I guess, seashell cosmos. Really great as well for pollinators. Bees and butterflies love them as well. And nasturtiums really still blooming, but I could tell that the leaf starts to get yellow, and I start already picking some seeds. I still have some strawberries here in the pot. I think this cosmos and tomatoes really I get more of the sun. So here, guys, so far I still have some beans here on the other side. I put them along with my tomatoes, so later I guess we need to harvest them. They're really very prolific. It doesn't need a lot of fertilizer. They just like moist soil, so just maintain the the moisture of the soil and will give you abundance of harvest. And over this way at the very back, I have planted taro plant. The leaves become so big and they love the shade and the water as well. So there you go, friends, and thank you for joining me in this summer garden tour. Here are the vegetables that are growing in my small backyard garden. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please comment down below. I would love to hear from you. What are you growing in your summer garden today? Thank you for watching, and if you want to watch more video, I have a whole playlist there for you, or watch the next video after this. See you again, and happy gardening!